In the animal kingdom, the honey badger stands as a symbol of absolute boldness. Its body may be small, but it carries a constant surge of compressed energy. Each time it charges forward, it releases its full strength, leaving rivals with no time to react. With speed, persistence, and daring tactics, the honey badger forces even the fiercest predators to stay cautious. This is not just the story of a fearless creature, but a reminder that a body weighing only a few dozen pounds can still challenge the balance of the savanna. The honey badger is one of the toughest and most intelligent mammals in Africa. It lives everywhere from burning deserts to open woodlands in Southwest Asia, enduring hot days and cold nights while continuing its search for food. Low to the ground, weighing about 20 to 30 pounds and measuring 2 to 3 feet long, it carries thick, loose skin that adds to its resilience. Its curved, pick-like claws allow it to dig a shelter within minutes and tear through hard soil to uncover insects, rodents, reptiles, or wild fruits. A sharp sense of smell and strong memory turn night paths that stretch for miles into a personal map for a hunter that moves alone and remains difficult to predict. Its familiar opponents are highly venomous snakes such as cobras, vipers, and mole snakes that stay hidden deep inside thick vegetation. These snakes not only carry strong venom, but can also spray it as far as 6 to 8 feet in less than 0.3 seconds. With a head that moves like a spring, even the smallest hesitation can turn into a disadvantage. Yet against the honey badger's persistence, that advantage is often overturned. When the moment opens, the honey badger chooses a direct approach. It rushes toward the snake, aiming for the head to stop the most dangerous point, accepting the risk of being struck to gain the early advantage. Within just a few brief movements, the encounter ends and the snake becomes its prize. At times, the venom still takes effect, and the honey badger lies still as if deeply asleep for 1 to 2 hours. Once it recovers, it returns to finish its meal. This resilience is believed to come from changes in nerve receptors, a strong metabolic system, and a digestive immune response that help it regain balance quickly. Thanks to its tolerance to venom and rapid recovery, the honey badger can feed on venomous species, expanding its food sources and reducing competition for survival on the harsh savanna. The lion is known as the king of the savanna. Every step carries the weight and confidence of a ruler. Muscles built for power and jaws strong enough to overpower most prey within seconds. It is a presence that sends many animals scattering, and even other predators stay alert when its roar echoes across the plains. Yet in a world that seems shaped for the lion alone, there exists a small creature that knows no fear: the honey badger. When a lion moves in, the honey badger's survival instinct activates instantly. It refuses to step back, raising its fur and letting out sharp vocal cues that show complete determination. Its thick, loose skin allows it to twist nearly 180 degrees, protecting vulnerable points from the lion's paws and jaws. This bold, unwavering resistance often makes even the largest predator hesitate, sometimes even when an entire pride surrounds it. Most encounters end when the lion chooses to withdraw, avoiding a draining confrontation with an opponent that refuses to yield. It is a quiet balance of nature, where a smaller creature still protects its own space. Despite its size, the honey badger earns a rare kind of respect, when even the dominant force of the plains chooses caution. In the semi-arid regions, honey is one of the honey badger's favorite foods. It doesn't search aimlessly. Instead, it moves according to coordinates deeply stored in its memory. It remembers every hollow tree, every rocky ledge with a hint of wax, and every old waterhole where bees once built their nests. When the season arrives, it returns to these familiar spots, choosing the cooler hours of late afternoon to avoid harsh sunlight and reduce bee activity. Approaching the trunk side, the honey badger uses its strong claws to widen cracks and break through barriers. It focuses on the honey-rich comb and the brood inside, then withdraws quickly before the bees gather in large numbers. Its 0.25-inch thick skin and coarse fur allow it to withstand countless stings, gaining in return a dense source of energy. Here, its strength lies not only in its tough skin, but also in the memory that guides it to the right place at the right moment. When prey becomes scarce, ostrich eggs turn into a rich energy reserve that most predators cannot make use of. Each egg weighs nearly 3 pounds, protected by one of the thickest and hardest shells found in nature. It is almost impossible to break through using strength alone. So many predators simply leave it behind. But for the honey badger, it becomes a resource worth pursuing. Instead of wasting energy, it rolls the smooth egg out of the nest and toward solid rocks or sturdy tree roots. Each impact is a calculated attempt to create a small crack. Persistence becomes the key to unlocking this valuable nutrition, a clear example of how the honey badger blends intelligence, awareness, and steady strategy. In the reptile world of the wetlands, the crocodile is an expert ambusher, carrying one of the most powerful bite forces on Earth, around 3,700 pounds. A single clamp from those jaws can close off nearly every escape route for its target. Normally, the honey badger doesn't approach the giants hiding beneath the water. It focuses on young crocodiles when they must move across land, far from their safer territory. At times, its boldness even leads it to approach larger adults resting near the grassy edge. The honey badger follows from the side, keeping itself outside the reach of the crocodile's jaws. and waiting for the exact moment when its opponent loses balance. Its own bite is estimated to be strong enough to crack the shell of a small turtle, so against the still thin hide of a young crocodile, that pressure quickly gives it the advantage. Once the young crocodile can no longer resist, the honey badger pulls its prize deep into the grass. For the honey badger, the outcome is more than a protein-rich meal. It is a way for a small body to make use of rare openings in the life cycle of a giant predator, turning narrow opportunities into survival. Across the African savanna, hyenas appear as relentless scavengers that always move in groups. A clan usually ranges from 3 to more than 10 individuals, forming a coordinated hunting team that persists until their target is exhausted. They challenge almost every species on the plains, yet they remain cautious around the honey badger. When they encounter a honey badger searching for food or water, the clan closes in with a tightening circle. Despite its small size, the honey badger is remarkably persistent and never hesitates to face larger predators. Each time a hyena steps in too close, the honey badger darts toward its legs or snout, forcing the rival to stop short. These sudden counters disrupt the formation, making the entire group shift positions again and again. Most encounters end without injury. The honey badger's fierce reputation becomes its shield, pushing stronger rivals to withdraw rather than risk a costly confrontation. It is a quiet balance of the wild. Each side keeps its distance and continues the hunt elsewhere. In the shaded thickets of the savanna, the python is an ambush predator that relies on pure muscle, wrapping around its target and tightening with about 6 to 7 pounds of pressure per square inch. Along that same boundary, the honey badger follows the python's scent with its sharp sense of smell, appearing as a bold challenger that moves in close. The encounter becomes a true test as it approaches, trying to quickly gain control. The python reacts by coiling tightly around its opponent, each loop drawing in like a living cable. For a moment, the advantage seems to belong to the much longer reptile. Then, a jackal arrives unexpectedly, pulling the python's focus away. The honey badger uses this brief opening, twisting free from the tightening coils. It counters just enough to disrupt the python's position, while keeping a safe distance from the jackal. In the end, it drags its prize deep into the bushes, showing that the most persistent survivor is not only the one that faces danger head-on, but also the one that knows how to use moments of chaos to shift the balance back in its favor. From the sun-scorched plains of Africa, the lion steps forward as a living declaration of power. Each heavy stride shifts the rhythm of the wild itself. Those smaller move away. and those stronger keep their distance. The lion is not just a hunter. It is a force that reshapes every encounter, compelling every creature to adjust for survival. Out here, no one needs to ask who rules the land. Nature answers with a resonant call rising from the heart of this great cat. The hippopotamus is the undisputed force of the river. Yet even this ruler of the water must come ashore to feed and warm under the sun. On land, its massive build and powerful jaws are still enough to make many animals keep their distance. But today, it faces a pride of lions quietly tracking its every move. They do not rush in. Instead, they close the distance with patience, waiting for a moment when the hippo loses focus. The tension peaks when one lion suddenly moves onto its back, testing the hippo's reaction. In an instant, the hippo twists powerfully and charges straight toward the river, returning to familiar territory and stopping the pride in its tracks. The boundary between land and water once again reveals nature's rule. Every creature has its own domain, and none give it up easily. The moment it enters the water, the hippo immediately shows the authority of a river-dominating giant. Amid the murky current, 3 lions are wading across when the surface suddenly surges. Not far away, a massive hippo drives upward, displaying the full force of its domain. It accelerates toward the lions, forcing all 3 to split apart and rush back towards the bank. In just a few breaths, the river settles into its familiar order once again, a place where the hippo holds unmistakable control. In the heart of the African wild, the African buffalo stands firm like a living fortress, weighing nearly 1,300 pounds with a powerful set of horns. When the lion pride moves in, they believe they hold the advantage. One lion leaps onto the buffalo's back, only to face a far tougher opponent than expected. The buffalo twists sharply, shaking off the predator with a forceful surge. Each strong countermove shifts the tide of the encounter. In the end, faced with such determined resistance, the entire pride is forced to back away, yielding the ground to this steadfast giant. Yet the lion's instinct is never quick to surrender. In another place, a herd of buffalo scatters as several lions close in from behind. The tension rises when a river blocks their path. 2 lions immediately move into the water, focusing on an individual that has become separated from the group. The chase ends when the exhausted buffalo can no longer keep pace, becoming the reward for the persistent pursuit in the demanding cycle of survival. This moment stands as one of the clearest reminders of nature's harsh rhythm. along the riverbank. Lions sometimes face hidden threats beneath the surface. When a young lion slips near the edge and tries to run along the bank to find a way out, it quickly enters the sight of a large crocodile. In a split second, the creature in the water surges upward with surprising speed, drawing the young lion into the river before the pride can respond. The lions on the bank can only watch, knowing this place is not their domain. In the water, the crocodile quietly affirms its advantage and its complete command of that environment. On dry ground, the lion always holds the dominant position. When a small crocodile suddenly becomes stranded on the bank, the pride quickly surrounds it. A sudden rush forces the crocodile to twist its body in a desperate attempt to regain control. The difference in environment shifts the balance entirely toward the lions. The two species live side by side, always cautious of one another, keeping the boundary between river and grassland as a thin but enduring line drawn by nature. In a world where every moment is a contest for survival, the leopard is a master of awareness and speed. Yet no matter how agile it is, it always remains within the lion's watchful gaze. The lion closes in quietly, each step measured, before suddenly making a swift move toward it. In that critical moment, the leopard shows rare courage. It springs up, dodging in a split second, trying to keep distance through pure agility. But this test of skill rarely lasts long. With greater strength and weight, the lion soon gains the upper hand. The moment the leopard regains its stance after the chase is also when the lion quietly reaffirms its authority over the wild, a land where the powerful continuously shape nature's balance. In another harsh moment of the wild, the leopard rarely chooses to confront directly, but this time its maternal instinct compels it to stand its ground. Inside the den, it faces a large lioness moving in toward its space. The leopard uses speed and agility to push back, causing the lioness to lose position again and again, with unwavering resolve to protect its young. A familiar Between prey and predator, the honey badger stands as a clear example of strength shaped more by strategy than by size. It adapts with thick skin, sharp claws, and intelligence, using every opening available in the food chain. If this glimpse into the wild sparks your curiosity, feel free to like and subscribe to support the journey. Out there, small creatures continue to reshape the meaning of survival every single day.